We're starting early. We are starting early. What's up? What do I actually study for the SHSAT last minute? Well, you're here, bro. You made it. What's up, Winfast? Holding it down as usual. CBA's in, Volt's in. Trisel. Help, please. Okay. So I'm doing, bro. Fortnite sweaty kid. So sweaty. What's up, Cozy? You didn't even study. Well, that's probably alright, man. Just chill out then. Gray has a question. What's up, man? ELA grammar walkthrough, please. Yeah, I think we did one like 2 days ago. Could we do some ELA stuff? Where were you guys yesterday when we were doing the poem? That was like brutal to do that poem. It was total brutality. Are Kaplan tests similar difficulty to the real test? I don't know. It's tough to say. I would say they're generally probably easier. TBH. Can you do more streams? I'm actually probably going to stop because I don't want to give anybody an unfair advantage. You already get more time, so I think more streams would be... If I get like 4 to 10 points lower than my cutoff score, will they accept me? No. What? No. I mean, you might get into Dream or you might be waitlisted, but that's why they call them cutoff scores. It's a brutal world out here, man. Cold world out here. Get a coat. You're nervous for tomorrow, man? Well, just do your best to get your mentality. Do your best to just try to be cool, man. Just try to relax your brain. Just breathe, dude. ELA's a nightmare for you. We might go through it. Can't do Dream because of income. That kind of sucks. But I think it's stupid that they do Dream based on income. I think that's so dumb. Like, the whole point is not income at all. Like, really rich kids cannot get into these schools. It has nothing to do with income. That's so dumb. It'd be funny if you did an MC stream. Minecraft? Oh, bro, yeah. I think I've been playing a lot of Rust recently. Rust is like the funniest game to me. It's just so funny. It's just like so toxic. I do enjoy. Do reading comprehension, grammar. We probably will not do reading comprehension, but we will do grammar for sure. If Tyler starts streaming Minecraft, I might. I have to, maybe on Thursday, maybe Thursday. Do you guys have do you have to do stuff on Thursday and Friday? What are we doing? Harder. I'm gonna cry. My parents are gonna be so done with me if I fail. Good. Then like, if your parents are done with you if you fail, then they have no one to blame but themselves. Like, that always blew my mind. Like, growing up, I knew a lot of people who were really into ice skating, and their parents would like rage about them being good ice skaters. And at the end of the day, they weren't good ice skaters, but that's the parents' fault. Because if like Tiger Woods' dad did it, and what did he do right? So if you fail and your parents are mad at you, they should be mad at themselves. And also, it doesn't matter, dude. I'll be saying that all day today. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People may get mad. You may get mad. But at the end of the day, it does not matter. It doesn't matter, dude. If you're going to do something with your life, and that is what the fate has said you're going to do with your life, then that's what you're going to do with your life, dude. You try to change fate, dude. Like, a lot of Greeks talk about that. Let's see. Do we see any that we like? These are the hard questions, by the way. Ooh, let's do 11, because we did a difficult question with triangles last time. So let's do this guy right here. Number 11. Let's go. Parents really want you to get into Brooklyn Tech, but I'm not so sure if I'll be able to get in. My scores on the practice test were horrible. Well, then you're just like shooting a Hail Mary. So just go in there and see if you can get really lucky. And if you get really lucky, great, but then school's going to be super hard for you. But if you don't get lucky with the test, then great, because then you'll go to a high school that you actually want to go to, not one that your parents wanted to go to. Is 100 out of 114 good enough? Yes. All right, we got some answers coming in. Larson, A. Wind fast, A. Don't stress it. Anything can happen. Yeah, Ryan is dropping some old head knowledge on you guys. A or B. I'll give you guys like a minute more, and then we'll go over this. Thought you guys will start at 7. Yeah, it's 7. All right, so going through this question here, what's the length of MN? So here's our X over here. And because these two lines are parallel, we have two similar triangles in here. And we talked about similar triangles yesterday, so I'm glad we get an example to start off today. Okay, so this is 12. 12, 2, that's 14. This here is 6, and this here is X. So they're similar triangles. Obviously, they share this angle, and because the lines are parallel, they're going to share these angles up in here and this angle down there. So what is the multiplier between these two? How do we get from 12 to 14? Well, we can multiply 12 by 14 over 12 to get to 14. But that's kind of a gross multiplier, so let's simplify it a little bit into 7 over 6. So that's our multiplier. We're going to multiply 6 by it, and this is actually an extremely beautiful problem. That's your answer, 7. So yeah, the chat's on it. Very, very nice. If anybody selected larger numbers, then it's tough. All right, cool. Yeah, Trisel, you're so smart. Wow, we got 2 Trisels in the chat. All right, so that was good. You guys crushed it. Not a problem. No problems there. Ooh, dude, these questions are so good. Dude, they used to make these questions so tasty. Number 12. Okay, so who remembers? I had to like remind myself really quick, but who remembers how to do algebra with these brackets? So let's look at the first equation here. Oh yeah, I gotta focus my thing. All right. So that's the first equation. And if we just solve this straight away, that's like saying, because this is going to be absolute value, so x minus 1 is less than 3. X has to be less than plus 1 on each side, 4. And notice it's not less than or equal to, it's just less than. So x cannot equal 4 because 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 is not less than 3. But if I did less than 4, 3 minus 1 is 2, that is less than 3. But we also have to look for negative answers as well. So because this in here could be negative, so we need to flip the sign and we need to flip the negativity of this number. X has to be greater than negative 2. And if that blows your mind, let's test this out. Let's say if x is less than negative 2, like x is like a really small negative number, like negative 5. It would be negative 5 minus 1. Is that less than 3? Negative 5 minus 1, negative 6. The absolute value of negative 6 is 6. And 6 is not less than 3. But a number greater than negative 2, so we know this is wrong. But a number greater, I'm actually going to scribble it all out. But a number greater than negative 2, like negative 1. It'd be negative 1 minus 1, absolute value. Is that less than 3? Negative 2, absolute value less than 3. Yeah, 2 is less than 3. So that's good. So whenever you are dealing with absolute value in algebra, you have to solve it legitimately, just taking away the absolute value. Then you have to solve it, flip the sign if it's an equality, and flip the positive or negative of the other side of the equation. If it's an equal sign, you don't need to worry about it. You just need to flip it to negative. But if it's an inequality, you also have to flip the inequality. So that's you might get 1 point right on the SHSAT based on that. So I don't want to hang out too long in that area. But here is our answer. X is going to be greater than negative 2, and it's going to be less than 4 for the first set of equations. And there's our second. So here is what we're going to be comparing the two. So how many integers satisfy both of those equalities? That's what the question's asking. So it has to be less than 4, and it has to be less than 2. So 1 could solve it, 0 could solve it. It has to be greater than negative 2. So negative 1 could solve it. 1, 2, 3. That's the answer, H. Did you guys get it? Nobody put the answer. A lot of people put G. But H is also banned in my chat, so that also could be why the answer isn't there. It's hard, yeah. It is hard. All right, let's keep cruising. Those are all the answers. Okay. Better not be on the test. It's not that hard. You guys can get it. Should we do another one of those absolute values, or do you guys get it? Do we need to go over it again? 13 and 15. Everybody loves a graph question. There used to be a lot of graphing, bro. There used to be a lot of graphing. All right, one more. The chat is clamoring for one more. So this is what you're more likely going to see. No. The absolute value of 2x plus 4 equals 16. X equals... Why do I rip pages? It's satisfying. It feels good. I throw them onto my floor. I like a nice clean sheet. The answer to the previous question, Gray, was H. And guys, don't let me swerve you. There's going to be 2 answers for this. There's going to be 2 answers. In here, because that would also just be 16 equals 16 and we're good to go. So we have to solve for 2x plus 4 equaling 16 itself and 2x plus 4 equaling that negative 16. Everybody got this one. Not that many people got this one. Those are the 2 answers. Does that make sense? It's lagging. I don't know why it would be lagging, but it is. I can tell that it is, but it's okay. We're going to push forward here. Okay. All right, and if you haven't already, please like the video, unless you don't like the video. But if you like the video, please like the video. Does this make sense with the absolute value? Can you do inequality absolute value one, please? Trisel, not trisel. If you get this concept, just remember that not only do you have to flip the sign, but you have to flip the absolute value sign. Okay. We can't get too hung up on this because it's such a fringe concept. Like, we cannot spend more than like 10 minutes on it because you're going to get maybe one question if you're lucky with absolute value. It's going to be, God, there's not even going to be graphing, bro. I would be so surprised. But, oh man. I don't think they used to do this. I don't think there's going to be graphing on this one. So we're not going to go over this because to explain this, if you're coming from like a base level, to explain how to find the slope and then to put it in. See if I can solve. Okay, so I did adjust the bitrate for the stream, so that should solve our issue. Fingers crossed. YouTube is hitting me with bitrate issues. But it should be fixed. It should be better now. We should be on the other side. So what do we have for an answer for this one? Oh, good. You hear me now. Great. Yeah, I had 0 issues with streaming with my streaming software, and I'm dropping 0 frames. It's all on YouTube side. So it's saying the stream's current bitrate is 0. Is it still lagging, or are you guys good? I can't believe it's like finally. We can do 15 later, yeah. Is it lagging now, or are you just putting F for the stream or for F YouTube? That's good. Okay. It's saying my bitrate is 0. It's saying I'm not uploading anything, which is, yeah, L YouTube for sure. Okay. All right. Well, we're back on it. YouTube can take the L. Let's do this number 8. A lot of people are saying F, but I'm going to give you guys some time to do it. This is a great question, by the way. Okay, so a lot of people are saying F, and I don't know what the answer is, but we're about to find out together. One thing that I really like about this question is that it is frequency. So there is one student, or there's actually I should even start here, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so we're looking for the mean, and mean is average, which is the sum of the number total. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the average. And we know for this mean, we don't know the sum, but the problem already tells us that there's 20 students in this class. And so we need to figure out what is the sum total, which is why I really like this. 0 number of pets owned by 5 people, that's a sum of 0. We don't need to write 0 plus 0 plus 0. That's ridiculous. It's 7, 6, 12, 5. We can add these up. That's 17, that's 23, that's 30. So 30 over 20, aka 1 and 1.5. So really nice. Everybody got F. Yeah, that's just the way it is. But it's frequency. It's frequency, so keep that in mind. Okay. 2. Yeah, I think we might do some ELA. Please don't rip. Trisel, it's gonna happen, man. Just brace for impact. I'm gonna rip. Oh, hell nah. Oh, and also keep in mind the letter H is banned on my channel, so you're gonna have to use some creative answers if you want to choose that as an answer choice. It might be Mona. It might be. Are these imaginary operations? They are. Why is it banned? I do not know. I was doing some Barone SHSAT stuff, and the ELA part wants me to rip your hair out. Yeah, it's okay. The letter of the alphabet, yeah. So this is a made-up operation, and they used to do a lot of these, but they don't do them as much anymore. But this is something that is super fair game and something that the SHSAT actually really likes to do. And they like to do it because you don't have to memorize anything to be able to do. Like, you don't have to have gone to a good school. If you can figure this out, you're on the same level playing field as everybody else. So they do love these questions that just make you try to figure them out. So let's go through it. So we're defining this operation. And the thing to keep in mind is here's our equal sign. So here's our to sign. We have A square box and then B and C. And that turns into A over B over C. So they ask us for 2 square box. And then they put a 4 over X. And that equals 3 over 2. But we're actually going to put this 3 over 2 all the way over here, because we want to distribute our numbers the way that this square box thing distributes it. So we know this 2 is going to go on top. And we know it's going to be over where the B goes, which is a 4 this time. And that is over where the C goes, which happens to be an X this time. And so this is, I don't know why the letter's banned. It's been years and it's always banned on my channel. I have no idea why. I've been trying to not get it banned. All right, so 4 over X equals 3 over 2. And here's our problem. That's it. If you can get to this stage, you're Gucci. If you can't get to this stage, well, then you're not Gucci. But we're going to cross multiply. 4 over X times 3 equals 2 times 2. Because we cross multiplied. Remember, this is the same thing as 3 over 1. So that's going to be 12 over X equals 4. And then we're going to cross multiply one more time because this is like 4 over 1. So what we get is 4x equals 12, x equals 3. Good job. Good job. All right. Okay, good job. Oh, look at that little plug. Go forth. Hold on, let me fix the camera. Oh, no. No. Tragedy. Hold on. I gotta get it fixed. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, it's fixed now. Oh, okay. All right. That was almost disaster. Face reveal on accident? I've already done a face reveal, so no accidents. Yeah, what if I just died? And everybody's like, oh no, he's just trying to fix the camera, but I like died. That would be so funny. People like, hey, your mic's not working. Your mic's not working. God, that'd be an awesome way to go. Man, these problems used to be crazy. Yeah, this is 7th grade math. Yeah. How long will the stream be? I don't know. Probably another half hour. Okay, here we go. Number 85. Let's get it. What's the most common thing that shows up every year in SHSAT math? I don't know. I actually don't know. They mix it up really well. We do ELA later? Yeah, probably. Permutation combinations, we just did them yesterday, AirPod. So just look at the live stream from yesterday. And Gray, you're right. Well, just go back and look at the live stream from yesterday. you don't have to wish. You could go back in time and watch it. Man, I missed it. You're like like when TV sets came out. You missed your TV show. Okay, we get A. We have a couple B's coming in. All right, I see you, Shadow Assassin. We're gonna do some ELA later. B. We're doing ELA later. You can stop asking in the chat. B. Wind fast and air. How long you stream for? Probably another half hour or so. BA. You guys seem pretty split. But one thing you also notice, there used to be 5 answer choices and now there's 4. So let's go through this, shall we? A video game priced at $44.50 was on sale for 10% off. Julian receives 20% employee discount applied to the sale price. How much did he pay for the video game? There's no tax because we're outlaws. So $44.50 is our original. Rather than taking 10% and then just subtracting that, which in this case would actually be pretty easy, I'm going to show you the trick that I always use, which is to multiply by 90%. Because if we're taking 10% off, that means we're going to pay for 90% of it. God. Yeah, 9 times 5 ends in with a 4. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 decimal places. I feel like I don't trust that, so I'm gonna actually do this again because I just don't trust that. 45, 40, 36, 40, 36, 40, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess $4. That's so weird. Is that for real? I don't know why I don't trust this. I just don't. Oh, okay, that's why. All right, cool. So this is with 10% off. And then he gets a 20% discount. So he takes that $40 game with 5 cents and he pays for 80% of it. One, two, three decimal places. 1, 2, 3. 3204. The answer is B. Good job. I should have a learning center like Tariq. Yeah, you know, maybe. Windfast. I win. Dude, it's more like Windfast. All right, so where are the mistakes? I win. $5 a month. Yeah, I thought about charging, but like part of why I do this is because, like, very quick tangent. The spirit of the test is that anybody has a shot. Like, you could be really rich, but if you're not smart enough, you can't get in. And you can be really poor and dumb, but if you get lucky, you can get in. It's like a golden ticket. And I don't want to put a price wall where it's like, oh, only people who have this much money a month can study. Because that's not what this test is about. There's zero way to get in with money. Like, you can pay $100,000 to a tutoring center and still not get in. So I want to do this for free because that's the spirit of the test. Do you see what I'm saying? So maybe one day I will charge and I'll become a grifter and I'll be like a grift. But for now, I want to keep it free because that's the whole point, is that anybody, like the only way you can get in is by passing this test. This is not about money. And that's why I don't want to make it about money. And so that's why I keep it free. But then again, oh man, I could, just a $5 reoccurring charge, cancel anytime. Yeah, maybe. Why did I take a break for live streaming for 1 year? It was actually 2 years. Man, my head wasn't right, dude. I had like a pretty gnarly situation. Charges like 6K to 10K, and I'm pretty sure he offers a guarantee too. So there is that. Experiences to Tyler. Tyler worked on SHSAT 10 to 13 years. Well, I don't know if he's only worked 5 years. I'm sure he's worked more than 5 years, but yeah, I've been on the game for a while, dude. I posted my first video in 2016, and I already had been working in the SHSAT field for like several years. So yeah, I know what's going on here. I know what's going on. Anthony Mathai. I do, bro. What's up? Okay, so let's keep going. We got to study, guys. No, we can talk later. Ooh, okay. 78. Algebra time. Let's get it. You're gonna fail? Okay. Well, then if you know you're gonna fail, then go in and at least have a good time. Like if you're gonna lose the game, at least have fun playing. Have you heard of Exam IQ for tutoring? And mainly SHSAT in Brooklyn. It's been blowing up, man. No, I haven't heard of that. I'm not saying that it's not blowing up. I just haven't heard of it. How do you have fun failing? Dude, like you you just have to find what would be fun for you. Like if you had to sumo wrestle a professional sumo wrestler, you're going to lose. But if you got mad that you lost, it's like, well, of course you're going to lose. So you might as well just have a good time wrestling a sumo wrestler. Like what an experience. That's what this is. B as in boy, B. Win fast admires heirs independence. Dude, win fast cracks me up, bro. All right. The moment you give up is the moment you lost. Extremely sage advice. She multiplies. Krista multiplies her age by 3 and then adds 2. She will get a number equal to her mother's age. If M is her mother age, so that's her mother's age. So then we need to solve for Crystal's age. So we subtract 2. Wow, this one was actually super easy. I shouldn't have even gone over it. Wow. Absolutely destroyed it. Good job, guys. I think we did that one. Oh, yeah, that problem. Ooh, this problem. Let's go to test form A. Let me pull this off the screen to not bug you guys. And let me go to test form A. See if we can find some good math in there. And then we'll do some ELA. 3 plus 1 is not 2, quote by dad. Okay. Tariq first. Yeah, Tariq and I are going to take up swords. And we're gonna beat down some math punishment. Okay, here we go. Number 85, let's get it. Tariq is good. I will say I've never even met him, but from seeing his videos, he does a good job. Like he knows his stuff. Like there's a lot of literal grifters out there. And at least he seems like he's on it, you know? So you can give him props for that. But will he defeat me? No, I don't think so. You only showed up with level 7 armor. All right. B. What about SHSAT review? Never heard of them. But I'm not really in the game that much. I'm just doing my own thing. You did that question so long ago? Really? We did this? Why are all these B? I don't know. We have a couple different answers though. We do have an A in the chat. Okay, so here's our equation. The tank is 1/3, whatever the tank is, it's 1/3 full. We add 21, and now it's 4/5 full. Solve for X. I'm going to subtract 1/3 X from each side. And then I'm going to times 15 to each side. We forget about that. 315 equals 7x divided by 7 on each side. X equals 47. That's how much it can hold when it's completely full. Oh, and by 47, of course, you guys know what I'm talking about here, and I'm talking about 45, because 7 times 5 is 35. Tricked you. So that's the answer. Another way that you could get this, yeah, thank you, Sweaty Kid, for paying attention. Everybody who thought it was 47, you guys are clowns, dude. It's obviously 45. Another way you can do this is know that 21 is the difference between 1/3 and 4/5. So you could just make them equal. Like, we can just jump to this stage really quick and say, okay, we have, or actually, 12 over 15. What is the difference between that and 5 over 15? 7 over 15. So whenever we added the 21 gallons, we increased it by 7 over 15, and lo and behold, we're back at this equation anyway, so it doesn't matter. But like I do. Can we do geometry? Well, let's see if we bump into one, man. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. We did that one already. We've done all these. Ooh. Now we've done the Ricks and Dalts and Jack. Okay. It's time to do grammar. Is that our poem? Looking for the smallest spark of everything. Oh my god. We've done this grammar. We've done this grammar. This is Form B. Maybe we haven't done Form A. Or maybe I gotta look to like an older one to find their grammar sections. Yeah, I'm gonna do that instead. I'm gonna do like the 2019 handbook, see if they got some good grammar. Yeah, that's a good point. You only have to answer 4, so you have a 1 in 4 chance. And back in the day, they used to penalize you for guessing. If you guessed wrong, they'd take away points, dude. How insane is that? Oh, that was the... That was the 2019 one. Why is one of my keys literally gone from a keyboard? Oh, you talking about my J key? I was just smashing that J key, dude. I was really trying to get my message across. I'm kidding. I don't know. I actually can't remember as to when it actually came off. But just imagine, dude. Just imagine smashing that J key with passion. Dude, can I just say how annoying it is really quick? They reused the grammar. Like, we've done this. Haven't we done this? They reused it 2 years in a row. Yeah, you guys already know the answer. And look at how they stopped doing cover art, bro. Dude, that's when you ask your friend if they're doing okay. Hey, bro, I noticed you're not doing cover art anymore. Everything going okay? Hey, bro, you're reusing the exact same problems as the previous year. Is everything okay? Yeah, dude, it's Wilt Chamberlain again. In the Boston Marathon again. He's lazy, dude. That is so bad. Lazy. So this is also it. Like, if you're afraid of this test, just know the people that put this together are lazy. Like, they're not impressive. Okay, here we go. All right. Then I don't think we've done this one, so at least we got a new one. Fire everybody. Dude, they should put me in charge. I'd immediately walk around with a big cigar and I would just be firing people. That's my dog, by the way. Oh, you can't see that. The answer is A. Sentence structure. So let's look at this. The land on Earth has not always been separated into 7 continents. And then we have a comma. So I think this probably is the correct answer. So the land on Earth is our noun, and has is our verb. The land on Earth has. Technically, it's the land has. That's a full sentence, and there's no dependent modifier to begin it. So we have a comma. All right, well then let's see. At one time, a massive supercontinent known as Pangaea covered, that's our verb, 1/3 of the Earth's surface. This is also a sentence. Even though at one time is a prepositional phrase to start, a massive supercontinent is our noun, covered is our verb. So we have 2 complete sentences. We cannot connect 2 complete sentences with a comma. So yeah, that's the problem. We need a period, we need a semicolon, we need a comma, fanboy. It's a run-on. It's true. It's true. Continuing. The Appalachian Trail is a really long trail that a lot of people do each year. Make this sentence sound like you have an IQ greater than 30. We make a live stream tomorrow so we can talk to you about the test. Yeah, actually it might be chill. I don't know. G. So this question is actually very controversial, but try to find where it's vague and try to make it more specific while still being relevant. Appalachia Trail, nobody's changing that. Is an extremely long trail. That's extremely instead of really. You're really cooking on that one. F is a 2,200 mile trail. Love that. 2,200 mile trail. Love that. Lengthy. Yeah, not nearly as precise. Sorry, bro. You're done. So let's look at the bottom. That more than 1 million people that 2 million people hike a year. Dude, this is cereal. This is just eating cereal in the morning, bro. It's straight money. Obviously, the answer is G. If you get a question like this, just be so pleased with yourself, frankly. See Key Chat out there. Key Chat, I feel you, bro. Let's keep going, shall we? Dude, this is like a monster question. Hold up. What is the best way to combine the sentences to clarify the relationship between ideas? I don't think we did this one, so I'm not going to rage. What's the answer? What's my IQ? Extremely high. Like, if you ever heard of Mensa, well, I'll tell you guys about this afterwards, after you do this question. B. What's the best way to manage test anxiety for tomorrow? Abdullah, it doesn't matter. This test doesn't matter. You're going to be who you are. You're going to become who you are. This test doesn't matter. So just enjoy it. Go do it. Have a good time. Doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter. Just like when you take a practice test, but same thing. It's going to be a little boring. It's going to be long. It's going to be tiring. But just do it, man. Just do it. B. Okay. So everybody's kind of going on to B for this one. International Space Station has been inhabited by crew members since 2000. Tourists will soon be allowed to pay for visits. Yeah, right. To visit the space station. Because the cost is 52 to 58 million round trip. Oh, wow. That's it. Few people will be able to take advantage of the opportunity to have a vacation to outer space. Okay. Everybody's saying B. The International Space Station has been inhabited by a crew since 2000 and will soon allow tourists to pay for visits. Okay, that's great. Nice branching sentence. But because the cost is so expensive, few people will be able to take advantage of the opportunity. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's see what the rest of these are. Crew members, but tourists. That but is wrong. The International Space Station has been inhabited, but tourists will soon. That but is wrong again. And tourists will soon be allowed to pay for visits to the space station because the cost is so expensive, they're going to be able to. No, that's not why. So yeah, everybody's correct on B. The chat is extremely smart. What can I say, dude? Who invented a taste of Versace? Winfast is doxing the chat, but we let her do it. We let her do it. 4. Let's do 4. Even look at, they reused this question again, bro. They had to think of 10 grammar questions for the new handbook, and they were too lazy to do it, bro. Lazy. Pearsons, if you're listening to this stream for any reason, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, dude, you got some lazy employees, bro. Lazy. I give them a D+. The chat's coming in with an answer of E. Yeah, and that's correct. Guys, remember when there's 2 adjectives before a noun, you need to put a comma if the word and can go in there, or if you can flip them around. The agile and athletic Wilt Chamberlain. Or you could say the athletic agile Wilt Chamberlain. Both of those work. It's not ice skating, where ice has to go before skating. It's not skateboarding, where skate has to go before boarding, like a skate shop. So, yeah, really, really nice. We need Mensa IQ test score. So, okay, one thing about IQ, Mensa is the organization where people have to take an IQ test to get in. You have to have a higher IQ. But let me tell you a dirty little secret. A lot of people will say, oh, I'm in Mensa. My IQ is so high. There's actually an organization that is above Mensa for people whose IQ is above that of people in Mensa. So whenever you see people bragging, oh, I'm in Mensa, my IQ is so high, there's actually one more level to the ladder. And they don't even know it exists. And we hang out and we laugh at Mensa people, dude. We call them nerds. We put them in trash cans because that's what they are, bro. They're just bragging. They're just saying, oh, my IQ's so high. When you're in the next level, you don't even need to brag, dude. We don't even tell people about it. That's why it's not known. So just keep that in mind. Mensa is the high IQ organization. They love bragging about it, but really they're dummies. And another Boston Marathon question. We literally already did this. I think the answer is A, right there. Because if you take out this non-essential modifier at that time, read this sentence. Catherine Schweitzer signed up for the Boston Marathon using her first and middle initials instead of her full name. Only men were permitted to officially register and receive a number of legendary race. So here's our second sentence. Only men were. That's a noun doing a verb. There's no dependent modifier, so that's two sentences. We need a period. Thank you for doing this question again. Dewey is so lazy. Yeah, so true. So true. Okay. All right. So are there any last minute concepts you would like for me to go over? Any last minute concepts you would like for me to go over that maybe you're like, ooh, I'd love a quick refresher about this. Dude, algebra. Fortnite Sweaty Kid, you of all people, you crush algebra. You don't need an algebra refresher. What's algebra in context, dude? I don't even know. Volume. All right, real quick. This is the speed round. This is the speed bonus round. So volume. First, let's start with area. Here's area, and it's length times width. Now, if I were to turn that same thing that has length and width, and I were to say, ooh, no. Oh, that's horribly ugly. But no, it has volume. Well, we need a third dimension. Whereas this is just length times width, this is length times width times height. And so a lot of people will know that if you get like a squarish shape like this. But what if you get like a circle-y shape? That's three-dimensional. Well, notice what length times width is. It's just the area of the face. So if I can find the area of this face, I'm going to times it by the height. And if it's a circle, what's the area of a circle? It's going to be pi r squared. And if it's a weird shape like this with a triangle on top of it, and that's the three-dimensional shape, then just find the area of the square in the triangle and times it by the height. That's volume. And that's all you're going to really need to do. That's all you're going to really need to know. Permutation and computation, Trisel, love you, bro, but we did it yesterday. We went over it yesterday, so just go back and watch the live stream. More table problems. What do you mean? Yeah, and Penguin is also dropping an explanation, so thank you for that, Penguin. Also, like the video if you haven't already. Probability. So the thing with probability, it just goes into what we want over the total number of things. That's it. And the only wrinkle that they're going to throw in probability, like let's say there's 3 red and 6 blue. What's the probability we get a red? Well, the 3 red over how many total, which would be 9. The probability we get a red is 1/3. The only thing that they might throw, actually there's 2 things, is if there's stacking probability. Like let's say, what's the probability of getting a red and then putting all the balls back into the bag and trying to get a red again? Well, the first probability of getting a red is 3/9, and we put all the balls back. What's the probability of getting a red again? Another 3/9. We multiply. That's our answer, or 1/9. The second wrinkle that they're going to throw you is replacement. So what is my probability that I pick a red out of the bag and without putting it back, I pick another red? So the first red would be 3/9 and we get our red. So now there's not 3 reds, there's only 2. And instead of 9 things being in the bag, there's only 8. And this is the second wrinkle that you'll get. I'm not going to reduce that. Yes, I am. Okay? So those are the things is when you're dealing with stacking and replacement. The probability of you having to use addition with stacking probability is so little. So little. But if it's two independent events, then yes, and you only need one of them to come true, then yes, it is. You just use addition, but that's very, very unlikely for you to see on the test. Misplaced modifiers. Two modifiers, they got to be in the right place. Because these sentences now that I think of this, this is not a great example because your ball could be a human boy that you've that is like he's holding a somersault and that's your ball. I get that, but so it's not a great example, but you get what I'm saying here. That Joe's the boy. Okay, so he's gonna throw a ball. So just pretend like a human boy can't be a ball. I'll use a better example later. Yeah. A spinner lands 100 times, what will it land on? Yeah, and the previous comment actually does solve that. Yeah, AirPod, that's not a great score, but that just means you need to like channel a higher being and you need to try to get lucky, dude. Pacing tips. That's actually a great question. Minute and a half a question. So I'm pretty sure it's still 3 hours. Um, is it the test still 3 hours? I didn't even look. Integers? Integers are just numbers with no decimals and no fractions. So you have 3 hours. So a minute, an hour and a half through, you need to be done with the first section, whether that's math or ELA. I would, if I were you, well, pick whatever section you want to do first. If you want to do the hard one first, just to eat your vegetables first to get it over with, then do it because you're going to have the most amount of brain power then. If you want to do your good section first because you really want to make sure you do a perfect job, then great, do that section first and maybe give it a little bit more time. But generally a minute and a half a question. That's what you want. What section would you recommend first? I think I just answered that, but you have there's no right answer. You just got to figure out what you want to do. The thing where you have to convert things with weird names. We actually did one last stream. You can go look at that. It's like Ricks and Dalts. Is it mandatory for teachers to update you on time? I wouldn't rely on that because they could be lazy. What time does the stream end? It's ending right now. Fiction passages. Shadow, we can't do reading comp. It's too boring. I'm not going to sit here for 10 minutes while you read and answer 5 questions. How do you do reading comprehension, man? Well, are you good at reading comprehension or not? If you're not good at reading comprehension, you just got to do your best to focus, dude, and don't skim. Don't just put your eyes over the words. Really try to read that guy. If you are good at reading comprehension, you need to mentally make a note of each paragraph, what generally it's about, so that you can come back and find answers easier. You can either write it on the side or just mentally do it. Grid in tips, you just put them to one side. So you're going to get a grid in like this. I think it's 4. Yeah, I think it's 4 like this. And you're going to fill it out. It's going to be like decimal 0, 1, decimal 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So as long as your answer is to one side or the other, you're good. So you could put 30 like this, you can put 30 like that. You're good both ways. How do we notice mistakes fast? You really can't do it fast. So just go back after you're done. Yeah, you can do diagnostics on my website to get a scale score, tylertutor.com. Give a tip for fiction. So Shadow Assassin, the best tip for fiction I have is to realize when something is a metaphor and when something is really physically happening. Because like so many times they can go on tangents where it's like, I opened the door to the garage and remember back to when my mother was riding her carriage into town and my doll fell off the carriage and I cried to my mother and she wouldn't turn around. And then they're going to ask you when she, what happened after she opened the door? And you're going to say, she lost her doll. But no, she's remembering back. So just try to remember what's a memory, what's a metaphor, stuff like that. Keep that clean. That's going to be tough for you if you struggle with fiction because they do a lot of tangents. So you gotta try to keep the thread. What is your advice for kids who get double time in the SHSAT? Check your work. Like do the math section twice. Legitimately do it twice. And if you get a different answer on a problem, then really look at it. Especially for you, sweaty kid. Look at the math section with fresh eyes after you already finish it. Go back in and just redo the problems. Literally redo the problems. Because the worst thing you could do is turn in your test early or be sitting there and twiddling your thumbs. What is fact and what's implied? Yep. You get double time by appealing to the board. You got a 570. Is that good enough as a ninth grader? Impossible for me to say, bro. Advice for spinner probability questions. All right, let's do one of these really quick. What's the probability I get 3, 1/3? Now, if I have like a thing right there, and here's the arrow, and it makes two and a quarter rotations, right? Clockwise. So 2 and 1/4 clockwise rotations. Well, then just pretend like it's fourth. We're going to rotate it 2 times and it's back to where we started. And then we're going to rotate it one more time, 1/4 time. So we're going to end up in 2. So that is kind of how you do it. How long should I take for math questions? 1.5 minutes. If you feel like most math questions should take less than a minute. If you feel like it's going to take 1.5 minutes, you have to ask yourself, am I really going to answer this correctly? If not, leave it blank, come back and guess later. Or if you have more time, come back and try to solve it. But do not burn like 4 or 5 minutes on one question. That'll kill you. Are you doing a speech? Yeah. Tyler, we need a motivational speech. Okay. What are questions that ask at least? What do they mean for at least? I'm at least 5 years old. That means I'm not 4. That means I'm not 2. I'm not 3. That kind of thing. How many minutes should I take per passage with double time? I think there's 10 questions, 8 questions. So I would say about 10, 15 minutes. I'm really slow when it comes to reading passages and doing math questions. So I usually try to skip through some of it, but I'm skipping too much. 1.5 minutes a question. You can always go back. How do I solve questions like how many numbers of set shown above are multiples of blank but not multiples of that? Well, if you're struggling with it, it's like what's a multiple of 3 but not a multiple of 4? Just be dirty about it and just list them, bro. No one's going to know. Great. And so we know that 12 is a multiple of both. And then we're done. So just list them. Triangles and angles. Abdullah, I would highly recommend you watch my triangle playlist on my YouTube. I have so much anxiety for tomorrow. What should I do? It feels like my life gonna end. Well, I got a secret for you, Key Chad. It's not going to end. Like, imagine if you, like, a white van pulls up and throws you into the back of the van and you get sent to, out of the country to somewhere in South America and you're a prisoner for the rest of your life. Your life is not going to end. You're still going to have to live it. So if you pass this test, you're still going to have to live the high school and it's going to be really hard. If you don't pass the test, you're still going to have to live going to that normal high school, and it will be more interesting in different ways. So it's, I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself, bro, because you're going to live regardless of the outcome. And ultimately, who cares? Like, I told this story yesterday, but I'm going to tell it again because there's different people here. I knew in Los Angeles a guy, and he graduated from Harvard Law School. And he went to Ivy League, and he went to Stuyvesant, and he passed the SHSAT. And this dude in LA is a loser. He is broke. He doesn't have a job. He lives in like a little bungalow in Topanga, but is barely able to afford it. He doesn't do anything all day. He just kind of sits around. Like when I knew him, he used to just hang out on his floor, just chilling, which is good for him. But it just goes to show you that all of those degrees and all of those certificates didn't change who he was. He's just that dude. Like if he didn't go to any of these specialized schools or Ivy League, he'd still be on the floor in a cabin somewhere just chilling. That's just who he is. So this test won't change who you are. That's why I say it doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. And especially now, like degrees matter the least amount than they've ever mattered in the history of our country. Nobody cares where you went to college. Maybe some people do because it's like a cool club, but dude, nobody cares. Like Elon Musk, when he interviews people, does he ask, where do you go to college? No, he says, what are the hardest problems you've ever solved? Because he doesn't care what your certificate is. If you get into a specialized high school, that doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Like so many people think, oh, I'll get into a specialized high school. I'm going to be successful now. Nope. Sorry. You might get into a specialized high school and then just be like the most worthless person at the end of your life. It's true. It's true. So it just remember the specialized high school doesn't make you into anything that you're already not. Okay? So it's just who you are is who you are. And who you're going to be is who you're going to be. And if a specialized high school is going to help you get there, great. But if you don't go to a specialized high school, you're still going to get there in a different path, dude. If your fate is to end up on the top of the mountain, you're going to find a way to the top of the mountain. And top of the mountain isn't for everybody, dude. That guy who sits on a bungalow floor in Los Angeles, do you know how much student debt he has from Harvard? So much, dude. And he could have saved all of that student debt and not gone to college and had the same result, dude. So he actually got shafted by the experience. So just keep that in mind, dude. You're going to be who you are. This test does not matter. It's not going to change you. You're not going to, I go to a specialized high school. I'm actually a genius savant and I can do, I can do quadratics in my head. No, if that's not you, it's not you, bro. So I wouldn't stress it. One thing that might be interesting for you is to look around at your life and be like, wow, a lot of stress comes from this area, or I put a lot of stress on myself from this part of my psychology, but then just let it go, dude. Let it go. It's not going to matter. In 20 years, it's not going to matter. You're going to be doing something totally different and totally chill. So the only way that you can fail really this SHSAT process and this test tomorrow is if you have a bad time. If you stress yourself out, if you're like grinding your teeth, peeing your pants, like that's the only way you're going to have a bad time. You need to just go with the energy of the moment, go with the moment itself, be present, have fun, look around. All the people in that classroom with you, you're going to be like, oh, this guy does not look nervous. Oh, he looks so confident, dude. He is coping and he's fronting. He is just as nervous as you. He's just as not chill as you. So just relax and enjoy yourself because this test doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. So that's ultimately my advice going into this. There's way too much pressure on this, and the test doesn't matter. You're going to be who you're going to be, dude. So maybe instead of thinking about this test, you should focus on that. Who do you want to be? That's what you need to be going for. And if this test gets you there, great. If it doesn't, whatever. Who do you want to be? That's more important than this test, dude. Because if you can figure that out, then you're not going to be at a bungalow with $500,000 worth of student debt and no job. All right, so that's my speech. It's not a big deal. Everybody is more nervous than you. Don't pee your pants. Or if you want to have a really good time, go in there and pee your pants and just see how everybody reacts. Like how Chad, like just walk in the door and go, hey. And when everybody looks at you, just pee your pants. And they'll be like, whoa, who's that guy? Whoa, that girl's so cool. She doesn't care. Like, yeah, that's me. that's me. Who you gonna stop me, bro? Who's gonna stop me? No one's gonna stop me. I've already peed my. You can't unpee your pants. So what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? So, yeah, just relax, dude. It doesn't matter. None of this matters, bro. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. You'll end up where you're supposed to end up. And just figure out where you want to go. That's the big thing. Which direction you want to point yourself into and have fun. Just enjoy the fact you don't have to go to school tomorrow. Honestly, that's the real win. just enjoy you don't have to go to school tomorrow. So that is the speed. Oh, and hey, check it out. That's my dog. Isn't he nice? All right. So yeah, I'm in Central Time. All right. So how to solve for lowest common denominator and greatest common factor? That is a good question. Lowest common multiple would probably be a factor tree, and greatest common factor is a factor tree where you find the most in common. I think I have that in my channel somewhere. Then you have to go back to your classes, bro. Not if you pee your pants. I've always been doing math first because it's faster. What are some tips reading comprehension faster? You're not going to get faster, dude. You just have to maybe just guess on the last reading comprehension passage and really read all the other ones. Slope, that is x2 minus x1 over y2 minus y2 minus y1. I have a slope-intercept form playlist on my channel. Dudes, look at my channel. There is playlists on my channel for days, bro. And I know it's not as chill as a live stream, but dude, I'm gonna pull up my YouTube channel so you can show you what I'm talking about here. So I can show you the real deal. All right, not that. Tyler Booter. Okay. So here's my channel. Go to playlists. Look at these playlists, dude. We have so many, and they could also just be not organized playlists. But we have SAT math, we have the speed runs, trigonometry, advanced math with practice pages, order of operations, kind of simple stuff. I actually think I have them better organized over here. Here we go, ELA verbal. So here's all the verbal stuff you need to do. Math, here's the simple math stuff. intro to variables, angles, geometry variables, and then we have advanced math. We have the trig, we have exponents, circles, triangles, percentage, probability, ratio, transformation, graphing for the person who said slope, volume for the person who said volume. And I also think I do have, is it in here? I do have a permutation. You can also just search concepts because I know I have permutation and combinations. Oh, what? There we go. Permutations and combinations. Just search what you're looking for, and you can generally find it on my page. So that's what I would recommend. You don't have to pay any money, $2 to $3, $4 a month. No, it's free. So like the video if you haven't already, guys. You're gonna be fine tomorrow. Just have a good time, dude. Enjoy yourself. And that really is my only advice is you just enjoy yourself. It was a pleasure studying with you guys this fall. It was lovely. You can be on the channel banner. Yeah, Shadow Assassin, you can be on the channel banner. I got to update that for the last 2 years. How much money have I made off YouTube? Like $50. Like nothing. Yeah, so it's not really doing that. So, guys, if I don't make a stream tomorrow, I hope you remember me. Spells, I will, bro. I will. Use it. Use the accommodations, bro. Don't be silly. Come back next year. That's cool, man. You can definitely be on the banner, bro. Make a Minecraft server. I might in the future, bro. Kind of Minecraft out. All I do is draw. Well, go back and check your work. I mean, you can always turn it in after the normal time, but just take the extra time just in case. When do you get results? Probably March. All right, bros. Well, I will see you soon. Great studying. Of course, have fun tomorrow. Just have fun. It's a great opportunity for you guys. So just have a good time. Win fast. Keep it steady, homie. Fortnite Sweaty Kid. You're going to do great, bro. Good luck, everyone. Spam good luck in the chat. We love to see it. And I'll see you in March when the results come out. You guys are going to do... Just have fun, dude. Remember, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I'll see you in March, bro. GL. Salute.